To the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside. Been waiting all day for the stars to come and play. Now we just gotta say it's been too long, been too long. Sunday night, the show's about to start. Grab your seat just like you're at the park. Rest assured the best are here tonight. Greatest show and a diamond in the light. You gotta see the show. It's a dynamo. You gotta see the show. It's a rock and roll.
Sunday night baseball. Mets, Phillies. It is gone.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the Been waiting all day for the stars to come and play. There's one thing left to say. Sunday night, Sunday night. Welcome to the show. Sunday night, let's go. Welcome to Sunday night. Come and see the. Come on. See the show.
Welcome to Sunday Night Baseball on NBC, presented by Capital One. Happy Father's Day to you and yours. The Mets and Phillies in a rubber match of 3 and a season that's starting to feel eerily like 2022. Father's Day that year, the Phillies were in the middle of 14 of 17 in the win column after a managerial change. They're 32-16 this year under Don Mattingly, and the Mets try to track them down in the NL East. It has been wild across Major League Baseball this year, this week, and as always, we're joined by two experts, Jason Benetti, Mets All-Star John Franco, Phillies All-Star John Kruk. Everybody's named John. I did it wrong today. Anthony Rizzo is downstairs as well. John Kruk, start with you. Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, the engines again.
Yeah, it was electrifying last night what those two did on the offensive side of the baseball. Of course, Bryce Harper, his first cycle of his illustrious career, and he had to finish it with the triple, and he got that last night in his next to last at bat. But he might have been outdone, which is hard to do, by this man, Kyle Schwarber. 3 long home runs for Schwarber. And when those two guys get going, Jason and John, this offense is absolutely lethal.
We saw it. They forced a position player in to pitch for the Mets. Other than Zack Short being 1-2-3 in the 8th inning, the bullpen has actually been great for this Mets team. I know you love that.
I love it. When you talk about the bullpen, it goes right to my heart. The bullpen's been great. They had Williams and Weaver had a little hiccup in April, but they solidified the end of the bullpen. Brooks Raley, Hazabon, they all been doing such a great job in the bullpen for Carlos Mendoza.
This is a Mets team that needs wins and needs them fast. They will face Zack Wheeler tonight for the Philadelphia Phillies. It's the Mets starting lineup. It's presented by Capital One. Bo Bichette has been scalding hot in the 2-spot. Juan Soto, since he's been back from injury, has done exactly what they've expected from him at the top of the lineup. But Anthony Rizzo is a multi-time All-Star downstairs. He has faced Zack Wheeler as well. What's your scout on the Phillies starter tonight, Anthony?
You got to be ready to go, guys. Zack comes at you. He thinks that his stuff is better than anyone standing in the box. So with guys like that, with aces like that, it's be ready to go. If they go ball 1 to you, I'm almost automatically swinging on the second pitch because he's coming at you and he's challenging you every single pitch and every at bat.
Zack Wheeler, as much as the managerial change gets the headlines, guys, Zack Wheeler, when he came back into this rotation late April, they had lost 10 in a row. He got them a victory. He stopped that losing streak, and Zack Wheeler has been one of the top 10 pitchers in all of Major League Baseball this year. You see the ERA at 2.01, and funny enough, this is his 4th straight Father's Day start on the mound. But John, you've seen him all year. Zack Wheeler has in so many ways been a stopper for Philadelphia.
Yeah, Jason, I don't think there's any coincidence that when Zack Wheeler came off the injured list, that's when, and the change of manager, Donnie Mattingly downplayed that, but when Zack Wheeler came back, it put everyone in their spot in the rotation. Now, they're still going to have to find a fifth starter, but when Zack came back, he did not miss a beat in his should-be Cy Young form of a couple years ago.
ERA of 2.01, and he's even talked about it, how important it is to be that kind of stopper. In the meantime, for Carlos Mendoza, it's year 3 for him for the New York Mets. He has dealt with injury after injury this season. They've had starting rotation issues, and he even pointed to us, John Franco, before the game. Better starting pitching is so necessary for them.
It's so necessary because if you get a starter to go 5, 6, 7 innings, it makes his job easier to dictate that bullpen who's going to come in. You know, Don Mattingly said before the game, the thing that turned the Phillies around was starting pitching, and their hitting came along and followed right after that. So if the Mets could get some good, decent starting pitching, their hitting's starting to come around. Lindor's coming back. Hopefully the second half or the rest of the next 2 weeks, things will look bright for them.
You have somewhere in the region of 35 to 40 games until you get to the All-Star break and then into the trade deadline territory on August the 3rd. As you see, Zack Wheeler on the hill, Bryce Harper, a father of 4. Trey Turner, who they feel like is going to start to hit at some point after winning a batting title in very recent memory. But this Philadelphia team is loaded up with names that you feel like people don't want to play them in the National League playoffs. They've been there 4 straight years.
Yeah, and if you can set the rotation for the postseason, you can get Sanchez and Wheeler and Luzardo pitching the first 3 games. Yeah, you got a great chance of winning. But Jason, Schwarber, Harper are going to do what they do. They need Trey to get going, which he has had 5 hits in his last couple games. Of course, he left the game on Thursday night with after getting hit in the calf. But when those guys are swinging it, the bottom of the order has at times carried this offense, and it needs to continue, because if it does, you know, John will tell you 1 through 9, if it's deep like that, you're in a world of hurt.
You don't want to face them. If they all get on the same page at the same time, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Zack Wheeler, 8 out of 10 starts, 2 runs or fewer after the surgery to deal with thoracic outlet syndrome. And by the way, this place deserves its credit for being one of the best venues in all of Major League Baseball. When it is full and it is loud, it is one of the most volatile atmospheres to watch a sporting event in the United States.
Well, I will tell you this. If the Mets were 50 games out and the Phillies were 52 games out, it'd still be sold out. That's how much these two teams hate each other. I hated him for a long time.
We had no love for the Phillies either, that's for sure.
To be clear, that was the past tense, though. We've mended fences here on Sunday Night Baseball.
Oh, we do. We shook hands before.
Well, we're too old to hate each other.
we're all collecting. We're all on Medicare right now, so you know.
AARP, baby.
Sunday Night Baseball. Respect your elders. Bryce Harper and Bill Miller chatting it over. We are waiting on something. Don Mattingly's looking around to try and figure out why we haven't thrown the first pitch yet. John, this is your home.
Well,
any call here? Any idea?
I don't know, but just look out the pitcher's mound. That's a man who's a little frustrated with not starting when he gets done his warm-up. He's a creature of habit. But yeah, the defense, look, they've had to piece together the outfield spots. Brandon Marsh has moved from left, center, right, so he's played all 3. Edmundo Sosa, probably not going to win a Gold Glove as a left fielder, but he will run through that wall if he has to. So,
and you know, everybody loves that in this city.
Yeah,
you run through the wall. Aaron Rowan made a life out of it.
Yep. That was a great catch he made, running into the wall. But I think he broke his nose on that.
Yeah. Xavier Nady.
Yeah.
Former Met great.
Former Met great. We're doing immaculate grid before first pitch. We're ready to go. This is not, unless you have a sponsorship you want to get in, John Crut. You have an NIL deal?
I do. No, I wish.
For maybe a suit company?
I mean, no, God, no. But if someone wants to take my car and fill it up with gas, I have to go to Washington tonight after the game. So
you're driving yourself?
Yeah, because I'm not going to New York. After I met John, I'm like, no, I got to be out of this one.
You're done with it.
They won't allow him in New York right now.
That's this rivalry in a nutshell. Phillies and the Mets, game number 3. They'll play again over the weekend, and we are ready to go. Zack Wheeler checks with everybody. We're set.
That was one of the things I loved about New York. They call you over, sign an autograph. As soon as you sign and give it back, they start cursing you.
First pitch. We're underway on Sunday Night Baseball. It's 97